All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Fluffy. This is our first time trying to do a check-in. We're going to start trying to do these maybe weekly, but just waiting for Maddie. She had to run in and grab something, but we're giving you a tour of the barn that we've been working on. All right, here she is. Maddie's here with us, as is Sunny. So we're going to... Here she is.
Hey everyone!
All right. And let's see, we got this camera going too, if you want to see how this is looking. But I was just telling everyone that we are going to be going, we are currently live, I believe, right? And I'm not seeing the preview window. But yeah. Yeah, you want to get started?
Yeah, let's get started. So we decided today we would do a tour of the new barn that we built. Do you want to look at that one?
I don't know. Yeah, you want us looking here? We
You guys, we are figuring it out.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I don't know what I'm doing. You did great. We have 21 chickens, 20 hens, and 1 rooster. And we had an old coop that was just really not big enough for the amount of hens that we got this spring. So we worked all summer building a barn for our chickens. And I think most people would say it's oversized. But we think we were lucky enough to have the space to do it. And we thought we'd rather have more room than not enough room. So they're living in this cool barn that we want to show you guys. And we just wanted to share with you some of the things we love about it and some of the things that we want to change about it. As you know, everything's always a work in progress on the farm. Thank you, Brownie Batter. Brownie Batter is our rooster, and he is very talkative. Should we go into the barn, or you want to start on the outside, Matt?
Yeah, whatever works. Let's just make sure. I just wanted to make sure this is all working, looking good.
Yeah, no worries. Let's check it out. Oop, there goes Penguin.
Sorry, Penguin.
She's the oldest and the sweetest baby.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
Let me get going. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah, there's the little preview window. Okay, cool. You guys are part of our first live Sunday morning chicken check-in. So thank you for bearing with us as we figure out what we're doing.
Now, yeah, do you want to start? I'll bring the iPhone around. I can run that and kind of give you a...
Yeah, that's a great idea.
All right, so we'll give you guys kind of a backup, yeah.
I'll put this down here. Okay, so the barn itself is 12 feet across by 24 feet long. And the way that we wanted to do it was divide it in half with like an indoor kind of roosting, nesting box section. And then, hi, Brownie Batter. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Might as well walk around with the chicken. This beautiful girl is Hill. She's from my daughter's preschool class. They hatched her out. So we'll go right in. Oh my gosh, there's so much I love about this barn. Hi, Sunny. Oh yeah, no worries. I don't look. Can something see me? Because I can talk about the door. Okay, yeah. So this door, you guys, is one of the most important features. We live in New England, and there are animals that have opposable thumbs, like raccoons, and you have to put a sturdy door on, or they'll figure out how to open it. So we have it latched back right now, but we did kind of this, traditional lock up here, and then we can put the carabiner through it when it's shut, so that no animals get in. And then when we open it, we just lock it back. But it's very heavy, very sturdy. Hopefully nothing's getting in there. And then let's go to the,
And sometime down the line, we should talk about like how we went about building this. We spent so much time kind of trying to think through how to go about, constructing this in a way that would be really durable, easy to repair and modify down the line, sturdy, and just absolutely like as best as possible predator proof. So the door, for instance, we were using pressure treated wood. There's, it's really, really solid. Nothing's gonna be able to pull it open. Yeah, and hopefully, but if there ever is a problem with it, we'll be able to pop it off and change it,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, should we jump inside?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll follow you in.
Let's do it. That's the most fun. So we have rice hulls on the bottom, and we're just letting the chickens obviously poop in the rice hulls, and then we're gonna scoop them out. Rice hulls are fantastic for gardens for a variety of reasons. They provide aeration. They break down and provide silica. They're just awesome. So you can mix them in. So these will go into our compost, break down a little bit, and then we can use them in our raised beds in the summer. We lost a screw on that.
Yeah, that's why this is wobbling. One of the bolts in the back pulled loose. I gotta fix that. But the Bauer nest box has been awesome for us.
Yes. And so, actually, do you want to show them the eggs, Matt? I'll just quickly gather them out. I got my little basket, which makes me feel like a real farmer when I carry this around. It's interesting. This is a cool nest box. You know, I hung it super easy. Just use some screws. You can put the bars up at night so they don't roost in there, but they never ever sleep and poop in here. There's never any pooping. And I think the reason is they like to roost, and we'll show you. We put these rafter beams in, which aren't structural. They're just for roosting spots for everybody. And I think, you know, chickens want to be up high, so everybody sleeps up high and nobody even sleeps in here. So it's great because we can leave these down 24 hours a day, and that way if there's any chickens that are early layers before we get out to the barn to open the door, they've got access to the nest box. This is little Penguin. She's a Turkin, and it's nice. It keeps the eggs nice and clean. Sorry, sweetie, because we've got all the rice hulls in there as well. And like I said, I've never had to clean it. I put this little scoop up here in case I needed to, but I don't. Okay, let me show you guys. Oh, this is off, Matt.
What's up?
Connected to MBR. I don't know.
No, that's good. No, that's good.
Oh, okay.
You just can't see it.
Oh, all right, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
So you can see there. That's what it is.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. So do you want to show up above?
Yeah. So,
And you want to talk, because this was your idea, which I thought was really smart.
So we kind of tour. We basically, the entire top is just rafters, you know, and I put some, you know, horizontal and some horizontal and some vertical. So for the chickens, they all go up there at night. They get to pick what they're comfortable with. I'm gonna experiment with some other shapes. From what I've you know, watching the chickens, they seem to really prefer the 2x4s vertically placed, like this guy, are like really comfortable for their feet. That's almost too wide, and rounded isn't ideal for chickens, which surprised me. I used to think that they
all birds want a tree branch type, but they don't. Their feet,
yeah.
I think they get bumblefoot.
I think parakeets like rounded. We've been learning, and yeah.
Yep. Right. So this, and then here's another thing I want to change.
Yeah.
This, okay, so big thing we learned. Chickens, as many of you probably already know, do not have night vision. So when you shine your flashlight on a dog or a cat or a deer or a coyote at night, and you get that eye shine back, that's a special part of the eye called the tapetum lucidum, which allows animals to see better at night. Chickens don't have that, so they really don't have great low light eyesight. So Matt and I realized very quickly that at night when it's dark in here, it was hard for them to see where to go up and roost and how to get up into these upper rafters. So it's not hanging here right now, but Matt, we should get it. So we have a rechargeable lantern that we hang here that we just keep on like a really light setting. And how many days does it last, Matt?
Oh man, I'll go grab it. It's been awesome.
It's been awesome.
Over a week.
Yeah, so it stays on, like we leave it on 24 hours a day, and then we bring it in and charge it, you know, for a day and then put it back out. And then that way the chickens can easily get up into the rafters at night and see where they're going and move around. So this is kind of their little ladder. Yeah, go grab it. It's cool. This is kind of their little ladder to the top. But I think I'm actually going to add a few more of these beams just for any chickens that don't want to go down, that don't feel comfortable jumping from that smaller beam. But every night when we come in, every single chicken is up above my head. Nobody is down low. Sometimes there's one or two sleeping on this top level, but for the most part, everyone's up in the roof. And then I want to show you guys the back part of the barn while Matt's getting that lantern. So this here is kind of like the, let me tilt it down a little bit, is kind of like the food, water, and look for bugs area. So this actually, there is not a wood floor here. Oh, maybe I'll bend down. Let me see how to do this. Am I in there?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay. So this here is we backfilled with wood chips of a pine tree that actually fell in our yard. We had it chipped up and then we filled in here. Underneath this wood chip is all hardware cloth, so that any animals that dig under bump into the hardware cloth and can't come out. So the main barn has a wood floor that stops animals. This barn has the hardware cloth bottom, and then of course it has the hardware cloth windows. And this is just a nice area for them. One, they can eat and drink here, and we don't care if they spill because it can drip into the ground. But there's the opportunity for bugs and worms to move up here, which gives them something to scratch. Hi, Sunny. Sunny protects our hens from predators. It gives room for bugs and worms to come up, which we love, and lets them scratch around. One thing I do want to add: right now they go out and they do their dust baths in their old dust bath area. But I think it'd be really fun to kind of square off a corner of this and put some sand in because they just love getting their baths, and they're currently getting their dust baths when we let them out every day. But just once it starts snowing, it would be nice for them to still be able to have those dust baths when the ground's covered in snow. So I'm actually going to feed them really quick. I have two bins here. One is our layer pellets. Sorry. Everyone's getting crowded. And then one is our treats. And everyone is hoping. Actually, everyone is hoping. I gotta refill this thing. Everyone is hoping that I will go into the treat bin. All right, and then I'm going to show you in our treat bin, we have chicken scratch and worms. And this is like the absolute favorite treats. Whoops, sorry, that's Roadrunner who just did that big jump. And everybody loves the treat bin. I don't know what Sunny is eating. Okay. All right. I'm going to get a little bit more just because they see it. So mealworms, soldier fly larvae, and scratch grains, just big chunks of chicken. Of corn. And this is obviously just a treat. You can't feed that as their main food, but they absolutely love it. It's a great way to teach them to come when they're called. Is every time you call them and they come to the barn, you give them this. Which is why they're all inside with me rather than outside free ranging, because they're very excited that I'm feeding them. Let me see if you guys can see me. All right, I think I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move the main screen just so I can see if there's any comments that I can answer. I'm gonna let you guys look at the chickens while I do that. Hi, girls. Hi, Brownie Butter. Oh, okay. I can't see comments and stuff.
It's the reception's gone.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So sorry.
No. You good. It was saying having issues.
Oh, sorry. I moved the computer, so sorry, you guys, if you couldn't see what was going on there. Yeah. No. You're right.
Sorry, guys. You were having trouble seeing us earlier.
Can you see me, Matt? Oh my gosh, I just, it is cold enough that their water was frozen, so I just put some warm water in there. Oh, there's Brownie Batter. I just put some warm water in there, so everyone's having a nice drink on a cold day. Brownie Batter is most likely calling because he doesn't realize all the chickens are in here. Brownie Batter, here, chick, 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 chick. Here, chick, 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 chick. Let's see if we can get him in. He gets worried when he can't find his girls. Good babies. And we have a bunch of different kinds of chickens. As you can see, a couple Turkins, a couple salmon favorellas, a couple Easter eggers. Oh, couple Rhode Island Reds. Sunny has scared multiple coyotes and foxes out of the yard, so he's our mother hen. Takes care of everybody.
All right, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I can show you guys.
Yeah, you want to show them?
Lantern. Did you talk about the hardware cloth underneath?
I did talk about the hardware cloth underneath, the backfill of the chips, the hardware cloth on the windows. Do you want to talk about sandwiching the windows?
Yeah. Let me quickly show this lantern.
Oh, yeah.
This was like kind of we wanted to get this wrapped up, and the chickens, we were going to be out of town right after introducing them, so we were a little worried. So I bought this lantern, which I love. It's got a few settings, but it's LED battery, rechargeable, plus it's got like batteries in it, which is cool. I leave it at this setting, and it lasted 2 weeks without turning off. And I'll show you where I hang it. And so I didn't want to get pooped on since I have to bring it in regularly. And down the line we'll probably use some solar or something, but for the time, this has been working awesome. Nice little husky rechargeable lantern. And I just leave that here. And it's nice. I have it intentionally, I don't know if you can tell, sitting flush under covering, so that way it will not get pooped on. Or low probability. Might get skimmed, might get grazed.
Yeah.
But I let that in that way, because when I came in the first night after introducing them, they had, some of them were on the floor. They hadn't really figured out how to get from the roosts yet. So I wanted to give them some light so they could do that. And now I don't think it's necessary. They kind of are on a schedule and get up to where they're going. But I still put it in there. It's nice. I'll come in here and just hang it up. And I like this setting right here. Little red light. Just nice, kind of nice ambiance for a chicken coop. Let's see, what else?
Anything else you want to change about it, Matt?
Yeah, so one of the things, we have the pressure treated along the floor. So the 2x4s aren't pressure treated going up, but the floors are, and the wood on the floor beams are, just to kind of keep them going. We still are going to want to paint it. Things I wish I'd done differently. So this is like elevated a little, and I kind of was torn back and forth, learning more and more about dealing with rodents, I guess. And
Yeah.
elevating it's kind of doesn't give them a place to then burrow directly under. Like using even concrete is something I've learned more and more is not a good idea. Rats will build a home with that as their roof.
Wow.
And eventually
They'll
break through
burrow
it.
into the concrete.
The thing with the concrete, it's like a hard slab, and those burrow dirt underneath, right? And they have just like a village under that concrete. So
yeah, that's a good point.
So right now there's a big hole, and I am worried eventually they're going to get through under here and rip the hardware cloth. It's really tight, but it's like a thinner gauge, so I think eventually they could rip through it.
Yeah.
So we're going to do another level on top, because I'm seeing some burrowing underneath. I think they're trying to get in here. I haven't seen any signs that anything's actually gotten in here.
Yeah.
One thing, when doing hardware cloth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
No, I was going to say tell them about the compost bin too. I thought that was such a smart idea. I didn't tell them about that. But
Oh well, we haven't really done it yet. Yeah. So, originally we just built a frame and slapped it up. I don't know if you guys can see this.
See the window right now.
Okay. Oh, sorry. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I added this little beam that way, the hardware cloth sandwich, because ultimately, if it's not there, even if you have nails holding it, it just gives an area to wedge and rip open. So if you look, let's see on an exposed piece over here at the top, I'm going to finish up on this. You could pull this off eventually. It's tight. We kind of painted on it, but yeah.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to put in the corner, and that way they can see the chickens while you talk to me about this compost? I thought this compost idea was brilliant.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, you can see the
that
chickens
good?
and the compost bin, yeah.
Tell me what you thought was brilliant. I guess
Well, I thought this was so smart. So this is
Brilliant.
just a pretty
maybe
classic.
thinks higher than she should have. I think.
Well, all right. So the first thing is nothing can get into the coop. At least as of now, we think we did a decent job doing that. So because of that, we can have food sources in here that other animals can't get to. This is a compost bin, so we can fill this with our, waste scraps from the kitchen, and they'll slowly break down. And if anyone's ever had one of these before, what ends up pouring out of the bottom of them over time are worms and bugs and things of that nature, which of course the chickens love. So it's not only kind of a really nice treat food source for the chickens, but it's an enrichment activity for them, and it's also composting us some really great nutrients and soil additives to use in our garden this summer. So I just thought it was cool to bring it inside. Like, why not?
And I was done with this thing because, unfortunately, with rodents, you can see the evidence of it right there.
Right,
literally chewed that. And so I was putting stuff in there, and it was like, all right, I can't use it anymore. But if we have the whole area in here rodent-proof, then I can now utilize this again, which is awesome. And
right.
The idea is, feeding compost waste, because we do some of that, and I bring, some mealworms back for these guys, but might as well just do it in sight and, fill that with worms. Worms will pop out of there occasionally and feed the chickens, and voila, got a nice little system and some free, really high-quality food for them.
Yeah, I had never seen anything like that, so that was a cool idea.
Yeah, something else I was thinking about. So this was originally, we only have one exit point from this whole thing, right?
Right.
And there aren't windows that open. We're going to probably pop some windows in that back area in the summer for maybe, but
yeah,
it's kind of nice. Like, this was going to be a door right here. It's nice to not have to worry. Well, yeah, so then when we found we had a rooster, it sort of changed our
behind this barn is a neighbor.
There is a neighbor, pretty far, but still, I was like, all right, we don't want an open run. Sorry, I'm going to try to get that.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want necessarily an open run. Oh, sorry, I just want I love bowling chickens. So we didn't want an open run, because we knew the rooster would just come out here and just make crazy noise all the time. And so it's kind of like an echo chamber, and I kind of made it so it's like the sound and like a speaker cabinet, like almost like reverberates outward away from any neighbors, and it seems to be working well because in the morning it's pretty muffled when he starts cockadoodle doing. And also, honestly though, the other benefit, it feels a lot more secure. I don't have to worry about a second door in the back, which was the original plan. Is it latched? It's one more thing that something can rip open easily. And also, it's just stayed so dry, so there's tons of airflow in here.
Yeah.
Structurally speaking, it feels like it'll be around a lot longer. Not much more money to build than it would have been if it was just all hardware cloth on the walls. And what I've learned about chickens, and I think next week we're going to focus on winter, but it's not cold, it's wet cold. And so having, some coverage from the bottom, if you look at like how we built like the walls, there's some coverage on the bottom so water's not splashing inward. Same with at the top. We'll see how it is at the summer. I think, heat could be an issue, so we're probably going to do a solar panel with some air exhausting outward. But in the winter, I'm loving this design.
I'm loving it too. We got the design to keep the kind of bottoms high from another YouTube video where they were in a really snowy area, and the snow drifts would blow into the coop. So they were like, oh, we'll just put 2 feet on the ground, and then the snow drifts can't blow in. And we're like, oh my God, what a good idea.
Yeah.
We've had some torrential downpours, and this coop stays perfectly dry, even though we've got the big windows. We also have nice little eaves that overhang and drip edges, which is helping to run the water away from the coop. But chickens don't like wet. If it's a rainy day and you open the door, everyone kind of stands at the exit thinking, is it worth it? And usually, eventually, they'll get going. But if it's really raining, they'll just, it's a day inside, I guess. So
Yeah, we're in New England. Where we are in New England is kind of south, and it's like we're near coast. So, but it gets wet and cold, and that's the enemy of chickens.
Yeah, they don't like that.
Yeah. Last year we had more of a traditional run over an exposure. And they were just huddled in their coop. We started having issues, had to move them to the garage because they were getting sick. So the health of these guys, I feel like, is awesome. The other thing, this is almost 300 square feet, and a lot of people are like, wow, you could put like 100 chickens in there.
Right.
We keep it undercrowded. We have moved these guys in, 2 months ago?
Yep.
We haven't cleaned in here yet.
Yep.
We're just going to allow things to compost. We'll sweep out. And I think when you undercrowd, especially chicken coops, the animals live much better lives. And as the people caring for them, your life's so much easier.
So true.
The setup's not getting disgusting. It never smells. There's time for things to break down.
Yeah.
So I just think undercrowding is a better way to go for you and your animals.
Yeah.
Obviously the initial work is there though. Like this.
Yeah.
This was our summer.
Yeah, this took a long time.
A lot of work,
we were managing and running the shop, the 2 of us, and then we'd come home at night and roof the barn and stuff. So it was a lot of work.
It was probably a couple hundred hours.
Yeah, it took a long time.
I don't even know.
And we were learning as we were going.
But it was fun,
Yeah.
But definitely, it consumed our
the
time.
labor of love for sure. I was gonna say one other thing that you kept, that you kept saying to me when we were building this was like, imagine that there's a snowstorm and the chickens are locked into a space. How big of a space do they need to be healthy? And that's what we kept thinking. Like, okay, if they have to live in this for a week, we want to make sure everybody can walk around, and that was kind of the motivation for the size. And we had the space to do it, so that was
And awesome to that point, right? Like when we used to have a smaller coop, immediately when you open the door, everyone would fire out. Now it's like stragglers come out if the weather's nice, they'll come out, but they're not. They're happy in here. They seem very happy in here. You know, like doors open, but they're not going anywhere.
Look at these beautiful eggs.
Oh yeah. So let's quickly go over the outside and then wrap up. But yeah, so on the outside, you know, we did these paneled wood walls, which are great. They were supposed to be, you know, I've used these in the past and never had to treat them. I was kind of disappointed because immediately after installing, we started having some bubbling of the wood.
Yeah.
So we had to quickly, you know, apply some clear coat wood treatment, and but now it's good. Now it's nice though because it's really solid. We left a nice overhang here. It's funny. I was like, is this too much of an overhang? I don't know if you guys can see it. This is probably about a foot. And I did, you know, we designed it so it's a 2 foot, you know.
You can see where the water has fit, like
it's a 4-pitch roof, yeah.
Where it's hitting. And underneath, it's totally dry.
I wish I'd given it more, actually, because if there had been a little bit of more roof overhang, I think we could put, oh, sorry, that was way up in the sky. A little bit more would have been nice. We could have put more tools and stuff out, but it's good. And for the roofing, we actually, I'll show you guys, you know, I didn't feel like spending a week shingling, so instead, we did these rolls. We put an underlayer, you know, pressure treated 1/2-inch plywood. And we should put a video together of building it. But, yeah.
Sonny loved that we built the barn this summer. We did this all summer.
He loved it. So anyways, we put, this was a huge time saver using these rolls. We'll see how long they hold up. They're meant for flat roofs. You know, this is a 4-pitch, meaning, you know, it goes up 2 and over 6. So if it went up 12, went over 12, it would go up 4. So not too steep, but it's holding up well. And on the inside, the wood looks brand new. So on the roof, so that's great. And yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that is it.
Any comments? That's good. No questions to answer before we go.
All right, guys. Well, until next time.
I'm going to get the chickens in the background as we sign out.
Yeah.
Everybody jumping out of the house. Let's see. Yeah, they're so cool. No more treats.
We love our chickens.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, next week we're going to talk about you know, dealing with winter with chickens, and yeah, thank you. In the meantime, shoot us you know, a message if you got any questions. Thank you.
Bye, guys.